supported by Commissioner Martha G. Scott. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Communication from, requesting Commissioner approval of the fourth quarter financial report for the 2018-2019 fiscal year.
Thank you. Mark, would you like to set the table for us?
Sure. This is really kind of a check the box type of an item, and it really is after the fact because the CAFR has already been issued by Plant and Moran. I know that Marcy's staff is doing an analysis of it probably as we speak. And I'd rather talk about the results of that briefly. After there was approximately $9 million that did not come from the Treasurer's office because they're holding it in reserve. And after moving $28 million to the capital fund for the parking project, criminal justice system, the general fund did report an excess of revenue over expenses of approximately $8.8 million. And the fund balance is now $182.6 million, and that's all in. So like I had indicated, we did not invest a lot of time on this fourth quarter report because it really is after the fact. And the actual numbers, the 2019 CAFR has already been released.
Okay, thank you. Kelly, do you have anything to add to it?
Kelly Rao, Budget Director, Management and Budget. Just a note that there was a reduction in revenues and expenditures. Majority of that was charged for services due to vacant positions. So that's where you see the majority of the decreases.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have a motion to receive and file?
I'll move to receive and file. Terry.
Support Anderson.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item number E2, requesting Commissioner approval of budget adjustment 2020-35098, reallocating expenditures in the county health fund.
Thank you.
I'll move approval.
Support Alamera.
Anderson
It's
first.
been moved by Anderson, supported by Palmera. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? I heard no. No's. Next item.
Item E3, requesting Commissioner approval of budget adjustment 2020-35101, reallocating expenditures in the juvenile justice abuse neglect fund.
I'll move approval. Support Martha Scott.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item E4, requesting Commissioner approval of budget adjustment 2020-35100, reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
I'll move approval. Anderson.
Marecki,
Thank you.
support.
It's been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item E5, requesting Commissioner approval of budget adjustment 2020-35103, reallocating expenditures in the law enforcement fund.
Move approval. Monique.
Support.
It's been moved.
I have a question.
Supported.
I have a question,
Commissioner Anderson?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
If Samara is still there.
Still here.
Okay. Do you know what this, it indicates that it's for travel, moving it to travel?
It's usually travel and training. It's all in one line item.
Okay.
So when we had the sergeant who was in charge of overseeing the security at Wayne County Community College. He retired April 1st, so we have a new sergeant that's going to come in, and we're going to have to train them. But the line item's called travel conference. So it's one line item.
All right, thank you, thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item E6, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2020-35-113, certifying revenue in the Juvenile Justice Abuse Neglect Fund.
So moved, Baidoon.
Or Anderson.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item E7, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2020-35-005, certifying revenue in the general fund and reallocating expenditures in the general fund.
Move approval.
Support.
It's been
Anderson.
moved and supported. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Item F, such other matters as may properly be submitted before the committee.
Are there anything coming up, Kelly, that we ought to know about, or Mark?
Kelly Rao, what we will be doing we're receiving grants from various sources, so we will be submitting various budget amendments to certify those grants. We are also diligently working on forecasts for the budget related to this COVID-19. It won't know the actual cost until this emergency is over, so we are doing the best we can to get a forecast and work on next year's budget.
Quick question.
Okay.
Do we have,
Yes,
Madam Chair, I'm sorry.
yes.
Do
No, go
we-
ahead.
Do we have a list of businesses that have received funding from the small business initiative yet? We had talked about 3 businesses, but we didn't have the 3. And if there's more, maybe they have the names.
I have not received anything yet. Commissioner Hattis, have you received anything, or anyone else?
I understand they have a 3,300 applicant. And they didn't have enough staff to process all the application in fast way. They going through them with the staff they have. And I asked if they could ask the bank to process some of them. They said they will communicate with the bank and let us know. But it's overwhelming response from the small business community in Wayne County. 3,300 applicants in less than a week. I don't think it's gonna be enough money to respond to all of them, but we'll do what we have to do with what we have.
Right, but the question is the businesses that they did say qualified and they gave the loans to in 1 week. I was just trying to get those 3 businesses.
I asked if they have the list yesterday of the qualified businesses. They said because they're going through the process of those approve and analyze those applications, probably as soon as they finish with them, they would provide us with the list of those applicants who've been approved. And then we could see where they at in which city then when they send us that list. But I don't think they have the list available yet.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
That's not, Martha Scott, that's not a hard thing to do, is tell us who these 3 are, but they're not. I also, there was a big press release that went out on this last one for the total county. But I was told at that time by someone on the commission that there had been a press release. I don't understand why I can't get a copy of that one if there was such a press release. Let's just be fair and do this
Madam
right.
Chair, Madam Chair,
Yes.
this is Terry. Yes, Martha, I remember the first press release because it was on Facebook and the Wayne County
Well,
Commission.
I just want to see it. If somebody
Yeah.
would just send it to me then. If there
Yeah,
was such a
that
press
should-
release.
Yep.
Okay. Let me step in real quick. There was a draft of the press release that went to everybody. So Martha, if you would go back and check your
I have checked them.
messages,
Who
because
has-
they're hard to, I'm sorry, they're hard to find unless you know what you're looking for. So they're coming from different staff. And so I had a hard time finding it myself, but I did. And so
Well,
I
I don't think
through
our
the
press,
names.
excuse me, I don't think our press should have a problem finding it, but I haven't received it yet. But all I'm saying is I'd like to see it because you have sent out several
Okay,
for the last one, and it's just not fair.
They're all,
Uh,
they all have the same email list, so I think it's just hard to find.
That's all right. Don't try
I
it. We
saw
can
your
find
name on
anything
the
that we want to
list.
find. But anyway,
But your name was on the distribution list, and that's what
oh,
I'm trying to
yes,
say.
it was to let me and Monique know that we didn't vote for this one. This is not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the very first one for low communities.
We didn't vote on that, Martha.
That's
That's
the
what
one
I
I'm
thought, but I
telling
was
you, but-
told at the time that we did, okay? But just be fair with this.
Okay, well,
Ma-
I'm just saying, we got so many emails that it's hard to find sometimes, but I have seen the distribution list, and what you get, I get, all of us commissioners get, so I don't want to argue about it, I'm just
let's
making a
just stop
point.
it. Either send it to me, but we don't need all the verbiage on it, okay? I've gotten several on the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just trying
I
to,
was born, but not yesterday.
yeah, Madam Chair, what she's referring to is the original press release. And anyone from
Okay,
our staff
Commissioner
that has
McCormick
the
has the
original
floor.
So can we get the original
Excuse me,
press
Chair, do you mind
release
if I
just
meet
resent?
everyone?
That's all. Can anyone resend
Monique,
it
you
or
have the-
forward it?
That's what I've asked. It's not.
To the clerk, could you please, everyone,
They won't say it.
Madam the Chair, if I may.
Here we go.
Commissioner
Yes, there is
Yes, I want to bring to everybody's attention the payment protection plan by the federal government. That plan, it's one of the best available now at the present time because that it's a grant. People don't have to pay it back, and they exempt from claim that on their income tax. And it's available through any businessman's bank. You don't have to go to certain bank. The bank you deal with, you could file application for that grant, or they call it the small business loan, but with the time you don't have to pay it back or claim it on your income tax. In my opinion, it's the right thing to have these small business people when they don't have to pay it back. So every commissioner should communicate with their municipality, chamber of commerce, to make sure they advise all the small businesses to apply for that. It's a very good program.
Madam Chair?
We need everyone to mute themselves while someone else is speaking because we can't hear everybody at the same time here. Commissioner Hattis, you still have the floor.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody heard everything I did mention about the payment protection plan from the federal. So that it's a loan you don't have to pay back and you don't have to claim on your income tax. So I'm asking all the commissioners to communicate with the municipality they represent and the Chamber of Commerce and those municipalities to advise the small business people to apply for that one, because it's one of the best available loan when you don't have to pay it in the end. So, I don't know if the county still have enough money after the 3,300 applicants. So we're gonna monitor that, and I agree with some of the commissioner. We need to know where those approved application is, from which city, which area, the low income area and the non-restricted area. So I'm gonna keep asking the administration to send us those, and I think the chair will too. So we'll have those information as soon as they have them available.
As for our committee, I would like to designate that Commissioner Hattis, as soon as you get that information, if you would share it with all of our committee members, that would be great.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to expand on what Commissioner Hattis is saying, there are restrictions. You have to keep your staff on board. You have to pay your staff. So there's different restrictions. But in saying that, Wafa De Niro sent me a note, and I will forward it to all the commissioners in case you didn't get it yet. She's going to be doing a Zoom meeting for all the municipalities and the townships, explaining the federal grants, the state grants, and the county grants, and the chambers as well, and explaining specifically on how businesses can qualify for this. It's April 14th. I believe it's at 1 o'clock, but I'll send everybody the note I got today, because I was in contact with my local electeds, and she sent that out to the locals. So I'll send it all out to you guys, and you can send it out to your locals as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak? Just turn your mic on.
Yes, I wanted to, again, just ask for something from the administration that clarifies whether we, as commissioners, supported the initial small business initiative.
Madam Chair?
Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you. If you're talking about a vote with that, Monique, no, because that was CDE money that went to that initial program. And so we don't have control over the CDE money. It was the second vote that we had control over from the general fund money that went in with TCF. And I recall, I think I'm correct, that last time when everybody was asking for a list of the businesses, that they were talking about doing a once a month report to us, TCF was, and Khalil. That's what my memory is. But that first one we
That
didn't
is
vote on.
correct.
The first
That is
pot of
correct.
money we didn't vote on, and I'm looking for the press release to send it to Commissioner Scott, but it's on my phone and it doesn't go back that far. So-
Right, we may not have voted on it officially, but we did say that we supported that first initial small business initiative.
Well,
And
no,
when Commissioner Scott asked about a press release, it was said that there was already one that went out on the first initial small business initiative.
right.
That's a simple question, and that's what we're just trying to clarify. Maybe it wasn't a press release, and we can say, no, there wasn't a first press release. Or maybe there was one, but we were told that there was a press release so that small businesses in low income tracts, that we could disseminate that information to them. And it was said that, yes, there was a press release. So again, all it is a yes or no answer about the press release.
Madam Chair, may I just say a couple things? I remember the press
Yes, and
release.
then I want to address it after that.
And not
Yes.
only that, the CEO was on WJR talking about it. I think some of the news outlets were talking about it. And I do specifically remember it. And like I said, I'm looking for it on my phone, but it doesn't go
that's
back.
fine. But if someone could just, if there's one, can you just get it to us? That's all.
And I just got a
Andy,
note.
are you-
I just got a note. It
Okay.
came from Wendy Larner on March 20th. Came from Wendy Larner to us on March 25th.
Can someone just send us the press release? Forward it from Wendy or whoever, wherever it's at. Can they just send it to me, to Martha? That's all.
Madam the Chair, please let me put into this. The main sources for the press release and all those, it's the Economic Development Department in Wayne County, and WAFA in charge of that. We could, after this meeting, call her and ask her to send all the press release concerning those grants from Wayne County, the restricted one and the non-restricted one, and that we really make sure everybody receive it.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Andy, I know you're,
Commissioner?
excuse me.
Yes.
Andy,
Madam Chair?
Andy, I'm trying to find Andy. Is Andy here?
Yes, he is.
Andrew, would you please make sure that the press release that went out from the executive on that day or his office get to the two commissioners, Commissioner Monique McCormick and Martha G. Scott, ASAP. Thank you.
Thank you. This is Commissioner Bell, Chairwoman Bell. I've been listening for the last 5 minutes. I just sent it to Martha and Monique to your email, so you
Thank
should have
you.
it right now.
Which
Excellent.
one did, which
The
one?
one
did-
that you requested, the one from the initial $10 million for the census tract. The
Okay,
low income
thank you.
census tract. You both
Thank
have that
you.
in your emails right now. I just sent it.
Thank you. I don't know why it took folks so long, because I asked the press, and the press didn't know, okay?
Well,
So
I just
thank
sent
you.
it to you. You're welcome.
Right.
Excellent. That's what the chairman for.
Thank you.
Chair Varga,
Thank
Commissioner
you.
Palomero would like to speak.
Commissioner Palomera.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And Chair Bell, are you still on this call?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, because I have two issues that are not necessarily Ways and Means related, but since this is our only official act, I wonder if it's okay under other matters. The first one relates
Yes.
to, thank you. The first one relates to the clerk's office. I heard from a constituent whose daughter is getting married or needs to get married to retain health insurance by early May. What is the clerk's office doing on licensing? is there an update on when they may be open to process marriage licenses and other necessary licenses? And then I have one other question after that, if anybody knows that answer.
To that point, the clerk,
Yes.
to that point, the clerk is not open except for public safety events. Only things pertain to public safety until our furlough is over, and our furlough is due to be over on Monday. If our furlough is extended, I will contact the clerk to see if she will make arrangements on a very limited basis to have work done for marriage licenses and death certificates and other things that unfortunately aren't considered public safety issues. But as of right now, those items are on hold, at least until Monday.
Thank you, Alicia. My second question is, this Zoom number that we call in on, is this a Wayne County dedicated line ID? And I ask because we're not using it all the time, but some commissioners may want to have local meetings with their local officials. And is there a clearinghouse that we can say, is this number available to do a Zoom meeting between this hour and this hour? Or is this only going to be restricted to just Wayne County business and not local commissioner district business?
I purchased this licensing myself. This is Commissioner Bell speaking.
Okay.
I have not thought that far ahead. I bought it for the use of us to do our committee meetings.
I got you.
I'll check with Felicia to see if there's a legal reason why you couldn't do your own town hall meetings with this. I guess the only issue would be if there were multiple meetings at the same time. I don't think you could do that.
No, I get that. There would have to be a clearinghouse, that a manager of the time allotment. And I'm not trying to jump in on, because I don't have anything scheduled yet, but if this thing goes on as long as I fear it might, I think we're going to need ways to reach out to our locals like we're reaching out to each other. And if this is an option, that would be great, or at least some advice on how we can get our own. How much did this cost, might I ask, to set up?
This was
$170.
Okay. And that gives you up to 10 hosts and 500, no, unlimited participants, I believe. But I'm getting reimbursed. So I say that to say I didn't buy it just for me. I bought it as the county commission. So I don't see a reason why we couldn't share that. We'll just have to establish a clearinghouse and a mechanism to get it to other commissioners that may want to host meetings in their communities.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for accommodating me with those asks. I appreciate it.
No problem.
To the commissioner, this is Dwayne Seals. I have some comment on that.
Yes, go ahead, Dwayne.
Yes, Zoom is a meeting. I use it quite frequently. I've been on 3 meetings already this morning. Anytime anyone can set up a meeting and actually have any number of individuals come. The only problem is if you're not paying for the license, the meeting can only be for 40 minutes. If you have a paid license, you just set up a new meeting, and whoever sets that new meeting, you get a different number. So you can use that license as many times as you want. And you can invite those that you just want to invite to the meeting. So set up a new meeting, you can send it out to 5 people. Just give them a new meeting ID. And just those individuals will be only able to access it at that time.
Yes, the free service is for 40 minutes and it's for up to 100 people. That's the free service.
Exactly.
40 minutes, it cuts off right at 40 minutes.
Right.
So if you're in the middle of a sentence, it's gonna cut you off at 40 minutes. That's why I purchased the unlimited so that we can go as long as we need it to go.
You could use the one that you purchase as much as you just set up a new meeting. They'll give you a new ID number. Just don't pass it out to everyone. Just pass it out to the ones that you want to have that meeting for.
Madam
I
Chair.
would just like to ask 1 second. I would like to ask Dwayne to please take that discussion back to the clerk to see how we might be able to work this out a little bit if this goes past our deadline.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I wrote down the question from Commissioner Palomero, and I'll forward that to her today.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Thank you. We also have an issue in the Register of Deeds office while we're at it. There are people waiting for line of credit from the banks, and Wells Fargo, for one bank, is not closing on any of their home equity loans because they cannot, they don't want to use the mail system to send in their paperwork to the Register of Deeds to file it. So they would like to know if there's going to be a window open for that on a limited basis. But I think the bank should really be able to send in their mortgage papers online. So they're really being unreasonable on this. Commissioner Anderson.
I just wanted to mention that I also have forwarded that email to Commissioner Scott and Commissioner Monique. That's all.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I did receive it. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry it took so long. Any other comments? Chair Bell, do you have anything that you need us to be aware of?
No, but in light of the conversation, I think I'm going to request that the Register of Deeds and the county clerk, if they can provide something in writing for us about how they're operating, just so that we can all have clarity, and then I'll email that to everyone. If you have any additional questions you would like me to pose to them, please email me, and then we'll try to get some answers in writing so everybody can have the same information.
Thank you.
Can you also ask the treasurer as well?
Yes, I'll do that as well. The treasurer, the clerk, and the Register of Deeds, just how they're operating under these circumstances.
Yes.
And what's being processed and what's not being processed.
I did have some questions from constituents on that who are trying to make payment plans, and I just told them to send their money in as they normally would, and then we would follow up. I'm keeping track of who they are, and then we'll deal with it when the office opens, but for them to just keep making the payments if they can. So I hope I give good advice.
To that point, Madam Chair,
Yes.
regarding the Wayne County Treasurer, I spoke with him a few days ago, and because I had a couple people reach out to me, they were on the payment plan, and obviously they lost their jobs right now, and they were worried about losing their homes. So I told them that there is no foreclosure, and per the Wayne County Treasurer, if they can make any payment, whether it's $10, $15, $20, be it. If not, they don't have to worry about it, because the Wayne County Treasurer is not going to do anything this year in terms of foreclosure.
Yes, I agree. That's what I have been saying to everyone else too. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Commissioner Palomero, you're all set?
You know, I am all set, but as I was sitting here, I do have one other question. And if anybody has the answer, 2 weeks from today is the filing deadline. And I'm not sure if the governor has the authority to extend that. I know there's been a lot of speculation that that's going to happen. Does anybody have any insight on whether it takes a statutory change or a governor's executive order or not? It's just something that I guess we all have more than a passing interest in.
I heard it was July now. I don't know if that's true or not, but.
July, it's for the income tax.
This was regarding filing.
I'm not talking about income tax, Martha. I'm talking about filing for running in this year's election.
That was Hatters. I'm talking about the same thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, we didn't hear
We
nothing
need
about
to
that.
get an answer.
Well, I'm just saying what I
Okay.
heard, that it was
We
July.
we will get an answer on that. I will, I'll
Madam
call the
Chair,
clerk myself
Chair,
so
this
that
is
way
Tim.
we know.
Madam Chair?
Tim Johnson has some insight because I've also inquired about that. And Tim, do you want to speak to that?
Yes, I spoke with the clerk's office yesterday, and they're waiting to hear, waiting for the governor to take some type of action. The Secretary of State has proposed extending it till May 12th, if not then, till May 5th. As soon as they hear something, they're gonna let us know.
Thanks, Tim.
Okay. Felicia,
Yes.
did you want to?
No, I'm good. That's
ahead.
what I was going to say. That I asked Tim to reach out, and that's the response
Okay.
that we got.
Okay, so that's only a week. That would only be a week so far.
The current filing deadline is April 20th. They're
One
looking at extending it a month.
April 20th, okay.
That's the current
Okay.
filing deadline. They're looking taking it out to a month out.
Okay, I have not filed yet, but
Just a friendly reminder, this is the Public Ways and Means meeting.
Yes.
Friendly reminder.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Thank
should not
you.
be talking about this. Thank you.
With that,
I move to adjourn if there's
with that,
comments. I'm sorry.
no, we need
No,
public
Public
comments.
comments. Item G, public comments.
Anyone from the public wishing to comment? Just speak up. Anyone from the public? Anyone from the public wishing to comment? Anyone from the public wishing to comment? I hear none. Next item.
Item H, adjournment.
Move to adjourn. Anderson.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Be
We
safe,
are
everyone.
adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.
I am now going to disconnect the Zoom, Commissioner.